Hello students, welcome to SK Biology. This video is about Hardy-Weinberg principle, important concept in population genetics. This principle was independently proposed by two scientists. One is Godfrey Hardy, a British mathematician, and second one is William Weinberg, a German physician. They developed a rule that explains the relationship between allelic and genotypic frequencies in a population. This principle includes three important types of equilibrium. The first one is allelic frequency equilibrium, where allelic frequencies remain constant across generations. The second is genotypic frequency equilibrium, where genotypes frequencies remain stable. And third one is neutral equilibrium, where all alleles have equal fitness, so no natural selection occurs. Together, these show a situation where no evolution is happening. Before understanding the principle, let us look at some key terms. Population genetics. It is study of genetic composition of populations and how it changes over a time. Gene pool. Total collection of all genes and alleles in a population. Allelic frequency. It is proportion of specific allele in the population. These terms help us to understand how genes behave in a population. The Hardy-Weinberg principle states that in a large randomly mating populations, allele and genotype frequencies remain constant for generation to generation if no evolutionary forces act. This means the population is in genetic equilibrium. This law helps us to predict genotype frequencies, understand whether evolution is occurring, and to compare real population with ideal condition. If actual data differs from expected value, it means evolution is taking place. Let us understand this principle with example. Example we are taking will be autosomal locus in diploid organism. If any gene have only two alleles, where capital A denotes dominant allele and small a denotes recessive allele, the respective frequencies of capital A is P and recessive A is Q. The basic relation is P plus Q is equal to 1. This means total allele frequency in a population is always 1. The most important relation to understand Hardy-Weinberg equation. So, in this example, the Hardy-Weinberg equation can be represented as P square plus 2PQ plus Q square is equal to 1. This equation represents genotype frequencies, where P square denotes frequency of homozygous dominant allele. 2PQ is the frequency of heterozygous allele and Q square is the frequency of homozygous recessive alleles. This helps us to calculate expected genotype distribution in a population. This frequency distribution can be represented by graph I have shown here. For the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium to remain stable, the following conditions must be satisfied. The first one is large population size, which eliminates genetic drift. Second is random mating. Third one is no mutation. Fourth one is no migration, so no gene flow. And last one is no natural selection. If any of these conditions are violated, equilibrium is disturbed and evolution occurs. This Hardy-Weinberg principle is the foundation of population genetics, and it helps us to understand how gene frequencies remain stable and how evolutionary changes can be detected.